hoping to get out of situations we encounter. This story is about change, transformation, like a butterfly. Meet Aziza, and this is her story.
So butterfly, when I think of butterfly, I know there's a caterpillar, and then, after the transition, it becomes a butterfly. But it's two different stages. It's an incomplete change or it's a complete change, which is a metamorphosis. And so that's what this mini project is about. It's the metamorphosis that has taken place in my life, from the beginning to the end. As far as I can think back, when I was about 5 or 6, I went to Lockwood Elementary, which is in the area of 65th. I grew up in 65th Village. We moved to 69th when I was 2. My mom told me, and then at the age of 3, we moved to 65th, and we stayed there until I was about 17. So a lot of violence, drugs, cutting school because my mom was a single parent. That was like really the core of my life. Mom going to work and me hanging out at the house all day and having company, getting drunk, smoking weed. And my sisters and I pretty much just fought over whatever. Don't breathe my air, don't touch my things. And we did what we wanted to do because my mom didn't know. She was gone, like I said, single parent mom. She had to do what she had to do to take care of us. Friendships, I had my so-called friendships and my acquaintances, but growing up, I figured that they weren't really friends because those were the ones who hurt me the most or either rejected me the most or used me and, mistreated me whenever they wanted to. So right here is where I grew up at. I was here all the time, hanging out at the courts, the garden, the Boys and Girls Club, eating free lunch. They used to make fun of me all the time. From this very door right to the free lunch line, they used to call us the Aziza crew because we used to come out like 8 of us. My aunties used to drop their family off eating free lunch, and you feel me, all of that. But God removed me from that and took me a step up. So now I'm giving out free lunch.
Oakland has the highest risk in Alameda County of failing youths trying to make transition from delinquency to adulthood in the juvenile system. Unfortunately, most of these youths come from single-parent homes located in disinvested neighborhoods.
In junior high school, I pretty much hung out with whoever I hung out with. I really was going through an identity crisis. And, I did whatever. I sampled weed, I drank, I cut school. Peer pressure played a really big part of my life. So I was not in the end clique. I was just there doing whatever. And pretty much by high school, I didn't have enough credits. And by then I was, in and out of stores with people, and they were stealing clothes and just everything a teenager shouldn't have been doing. Very rebellious. Do things that I didn't want to do, or it just wasn't for me, but I was always different, the different one, the oddball, trying to fit in. And back then I didn't know that that was probably the greater thing, but I wanted to be like everybody else. Going into high school and just really defiant to the teachers. And I had a year to graduate, and I got called into the office, and I was asked to leave the school because there was no sense in me staying there, and I had very little credits, very minimal credits, and I needed to go to adult school. So from that day on, life pretty much just opened a lot of doors for me to go the wrong way because I had no vision, I had no direction, no focus. So I was on a very broad path. And at the age of 17, I smoked some marijuana with this lady, and whatever she laced it with, almost committed suicide. And that was the day I came to a crossroads in my life where I had to choose to serve God, because living another way was just not going to work for me. And that was the day I learned that heaven and hell was real.
Youths are 5 times more likely to graduate if they have a meaningful relationship with an adult that is responsible.
So growing up, when I think about who was really truly there for me, I didn't have anybody there for me. I'm not saying, don't get it twisted, nobody loved me. You know, my mom loved me, my family loved me, but truly there for me to talk to and to trust, and I have nobody there for me. I just did. And I did a lot of crying, a lot of fake friends, a lot of people that I hung around, but they didn't genuinely care for me or about me. And so I could never really release whatever I was going through or the hurt and the pain without being stabbed in the back. So, I was serving God. I gave my life to Christ as a youth. And, when you give your life to Christ, it's a difference. You can go to church and just go to church, or you can go to church and truly be changed and transformed. And that was my whole objective of giving my life to Christ, was because I needed to escape and change my life and just get out of all the things that I was in. And, also smoking the weed and just going through a lot of spiritual trips and just different things, hurts and pains, everything. I was ready just to let it go. And so after serving God for a few years, being that I still desired to have that family, as when I was a little girl, I remember looking out the window and seeing a lady and her husband and 2 daughters, and it was a Sunday morning, and I just wished, I was 7, that I had that. So that was a desire since a young girl. And meeting this gentleman in church, and he was a godly man, very much interested in me, and it was mutual. And because of other people in our lives, and obviously it wasn't the perfect will of God, the marriage didn't take place. And so there I was, feeling once again rejected, the same things that I felt when I wasn't in Christ, feeling ashamed because here I am with these children and I'm not good enough for a man of God. And so when I did meet someone, we didn't have God in the center of it, even though we both knew God. And so, things happened, and therefore another daughter came forth, and I still didn't have the people around me that I needed, or I didn't know God the way I should have known him, which resulted into me, wanting to commit suicide and just be done with the whole quote-unquote church scene. But by the grace of God, there was a couple of people who was strong enough in the Lord to not look at my faults and not look at what I'd done, and continue to befriend me. And from that, it led to this butterfly, and I'm still here. Even through all of that, with all of that said and done, I can honestly say that I'm learning to forgive and not to be bitter, because forgiving is healing. In order for me to move on and press forward, I have to let go of everything of the past and just focus on the here and now and moving forward. And that's where I am today. As far as friendships from my youth or my childhood, you can forgive those people whether they're right in front of your face or whether you never see them again. And now I have a better judgment and perception and outlook on not even just friends, but family. I'm not in, this world to be a people pleaser or an achiever by the applause of man or others. I'm not. I'm here for something much more and something more greater. And I can truly say that I believe that everything that I have been through was to help somebody else, or it is to help somebody else, so they can avoid the things that I've been through. I would just like to encourage those who may have dreams and desires and hopes, and you probably feel like, I don't think I could achieve my dreams, or I don't think I can reach my goals because of my surroundings or the situations that I'm in, or I don't have this or I don't have that. But let's start from today and not focus on what you don't have. Let's focus on what you do have and work from there. And remember, it's always one day at a time. You have to take it one day at a time.
As part of her ministry, Aziza uses gospel rap to express the enjoyment of God. As we all know, music heals the heart and soothes the soul.
Turn up a little bit. Oakland is crying out, and I can even tell crying. Sisters in the streets are dying now, and I can hear the moms cry. It's crying out, and I can hear the town cry. Sisters in the streets are dying now, and I can hear the moms cry. The town
Still chilling, wrapping up this master of my CD. The name of the CD is called Fire, and if you know anything about the Word of God, those brothers that was in the fire, they came out, they got delivered, God's hand was on them, and that's basically what happened with me. I was going through so many different things, and I came up out of that. So the message is in the music, speaking to our youth, young men and women, inspiring them through music, kind of like a football coach, giving them encouragement while they're young, letting them know that they can obtain or reach their goals. I didn't have that, so part of my mission is to do that, especially in the music industry, because everybody is different, everybody's music is unique. So that's what I'm here for, you know, just to encourage, exhort, and then also get, you know, the message out there through the music. So Scott, I think we good. I got the next studio date.
Yep.
We're wrapping this up, and I'll be ready to work on my new project actually next month.
Yeah, everything's going smooth.
All right.
Very good.
See you then.
All right.
All right. So in my closing words, I just want to encourage you. You probably have hopes and dreams and desires, and you might feel like, I don't have this or I don't have that, or I can't reach my goals or achieve what I want to in life. But I just want to encourage you that it isn't about, you know, what you have or what you don't have. It's not even about who you know. It's about who you are and what's on the inside of you. Continue to look forward and move forward, and one day you will achieve your goals and fly, butterfly. Things I did, but I'm just giving you a little idea of where I came from and where I am now.